It's your girl Nate back live with another freaking video, guys. And today I'm bringing you guys some more information because you guys have been blowing up my Cancun video with all types of questions, talking about some how do you get there, do you have to have a mask, like that. But either way, guys, I'm going to be answering any and all questions that I have for you guys, and stay tuned to the end to hear about some pros and cons that I had from my particular resort that I went to, Majestic Elegance Costa Mujeres. So guys, definitely stay tuned if you guys are still interested. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get all my updates on my next videos. Let's get started. So hopping right into it, guys, I just want to go ahead and put out a disclaimer, guys. I'm not giving you guys this information at all because, you know, I am encouraging you to go on a trip at all. This is not your hint sign to go on a trip, even though I'm the type of person when someone says it, I'd be like, oh girl, you telling me? But this is not that, okay? This is literally to give you guys all the information you will need to be prepared and be safe while you're traveling, whether that be for pleasure and for work. So you could just stop the comment. You know what I'm saying? I already know you typing down there. You're so fast. Like, girl, you could just go ahead and stop the comment. Okay, save it for yourself. Okay, because I don't want to hear it. And you know, I just want to give this information out to anybody out there, so you know we can all be on the same page. Nobody's left stranded in a different country or not able to get on their plane. So sis, I'm here for you. Okay, bro, I'm here for you, y'all, whoever y'all are out there watching this video, for that. Guys, this is not to put anybody at risk, but if you definitely don't need to travel, do not travel, guys, because we are still in a panorama. Okay, innocent panorama. Okay, so the first thing that I did want to discuss is the new CDC changes as it comes to COVID. So if this video is updated and you guys are receiving or have received more CDC updates regarding travel, please make sure you are checking the CDC website as well as your airline website for any changes this might have made from the date of this video, guys. But effective January 21st, 2021, the CDC did put out regulations stating that in order to return back into the United States of America, then you will need a negative COVID test 3 days or 72 hours prior to your flight, y'all. So I'm breaking it down again because some of y'all didn't hear it. Some of y'all didn't hear it. So you will need a negative COVID test when you are returning to the States, y'all. Not when you're going there. When you're returning to the States, you'll need a negative COVID test 3 days before your trip, y'all. And honestly, when I heard this, I was like, bro, this doesn't make any sense, because I just felt like, what's the point of it? You know what I'm saying? Why? It's gonna take them so much space. And then like delivery, child, like, you know, like some of these test centers, they be saying 2 days and then they come in 6, or they be saying 6 days or it come in 3. So you definitely have to get it on your 72-hour day or after for you to even be able to get on your flight. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about flights in general, but I just do want to discuss the returning. Y'all, there is no jokes with this. It's no games. They'll not let you on your flight. They will not even let you board. Okay, they won't even let you get past customs unless you have a negative COVID test. They do check your date, social security number, negative test, the date that it was actually taken on, the date that it was actually received back. They check everything. So don't think you're just about to come there with the screenshot of somebody else's test. Baby boo, you're gonna get booted, and you're gonna be so mad. So definitely make sure you have your negative COVID test. Me and Dre, the week of our traveling plans, we took about 3 COVID tests.
What?
Just so like we could make sure that we were good to go. So we took one a week prior just to make sure we had it for if we needed to go when we were leaving, if we needed, which we did not. We took one the day before our test, our travel plans, and then we took one there as well. So, you know, we took a lot of tests, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to travel, that's cool, but like it's a lot of stuff you gotta do now. So unless you like genuinely like outweigh the benefits and risks and things of that sort, then I honestly don't suggest traveling if you don't have to. But at the end of the day, I'm here to provide y'all this information. Airport environment and overall general things about the airport. COVID was very restricted, you know what I'm saying? They are definitely, you know, very restricted when it comes to COVID, when it comes to letting you on a flight, and they don't take any type of nonsense nowadays, you know, especially people who are being ignorant, rude, or just like trying to do things to get other people sick. So they don't tolerate nada. They never did, okay? The aviation services, they do not play, okay? They do not play up in the sky or on the ground, okay? So, you know, when it comes to COVID, there was a lot of 6 feet signs everywhere on the ground. So go ahead and measure yourself away from people and try to stay as like isolated as you can in your own bubble. They also have a lot of mask mandates. I will let you know that, if I will post a picture here too as well, when we did go to the airplane, when we were coming back, one of Dre's masks that he had was one with an actual ventilator, the one that like switches on and off. I'll try to put a picture right here so you guys will see. And when we were coming back from Cancun, they did ask him to switch his mask. That is not something that everybody will do. There's not even something that like all airlines do, but it's just some things to keep in mind, guys. I will go with extra masks, extra hand sanitizer if you can, you know, have everything out in printed copy as well. So I printed out a copy of my ID, printed out a copy of my COVID test, printed out a copy of everything that I need just in case, guys, because when we were on our trip, as you know, Dre's phone did break, and had we not been able to go ahead and get his phone fixed, I really don't know how we would have been able to get back into the country, because there was just so many things that we had to do while we were at the airport flying back. So I'll go ahead and get into more details of that later, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about flights. Now we gotta talk about flights, y'all, because this might be a difficult conversation for some people. Y'all. But like, you really gotta think about it, sis. Like, is the 1 hour stop in ATL worth it? Is the 2 hour layover in Miami worth it? Is the 3 hour layover and stop and the next 2 hour connect flight in Connecticut worth it? Like, baby, y'all be talking about, I want the cheapest flight, I want the cheapest flight, baby, it got 3 stops. I can't do it. Sis, it got 3 stops on the flight. Like, y'all really got to think when you're traveling internationally, especially during COVID, you know, when people are having to check your test, when you have to sign attestations, when you have to sign multiple documents to get back in the country, are these things worth it? And they play a direct like hand in how everything goes, because due to COVID and people not having the right capacity for planes, you know, sometimes planes may be overbooked now and they want to like downsize the capacity. They might ask people to go on a different flight. So one thing I kind of recommend, or highly recommend, because girl, I'm a direct girl, okay? I'm a direct babes, okay? I like to get there, go, and start my day. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to worry about, oh, we got to get on this plane, then we got to get on the next plane, then we got to finally get into our place. Like, it's just a lot. So honestly, that's something for y'all to really think about. Is it worth it? Because I will tell you, when you are coming back inside the country, when we were coming back, we had to fill out multiple waivers and papers online, even previously before we got there. So if you have a non-connecting flight or non-direct flight, having to stop and do all that over again, have people check all that over again, it just might be frustrating, and it might just not be something that you're looking for, because it doesn't outweigh the cost of it versus the amount of time that you're spending. So it's just definitely something to keep in mind for you guys. But just let me know, okay, what y'all think about that, because some of y'all are gonna be like, you're coming from me, and I am. So next, hopping right into what everybody wants to know, our return flight. So boom, right? We got to the airport, y'all. When I tell you we booked Southwest, I was so happy we booked Southwest. Like, make sure when you guys are coming to the airport, going to the airport, you're leaving yourself at least 2 hours worth of time. Whether that's for actually getting there, for getting through TSA, for getting something to eat, make sure you give yourself at least 2 hours. at least, because we gave ourselves 3 hours for getting back from our resort to the hotel, like to the airport, to our boarding, and like that almost cut it short, y'all. Like it was this close to us not making it, like this close. So it was a lot of things that we were going through when we were getting there. One of the biggest things, the biggest things that I would want you guys to double check when you are flying out is your airline. I called Southwest maybe like 5 times, no lie, before our trip, because I wanted to make sure there was no paperwork I was missing. There was nothing I didn't have to sign. There was no like attestation or anything that I didn't know about prior to me leaving. So it was a great thing that I did that, because what I actually realized is they had an attestation that you had to sign that basically had to tell you your name, where you're coming from, if you visited any other places, or if you've had any other symptoms of COVID, and then you have to sign and date that. So I went ahead and did that prior to our flight back, and what that eventually led to was us being able to cut the customs line from like a line, like y'all, it was so long, like it looked like a sneaker release, like, and we were in the shortest line of the airport. Like, if we took JetBlue, we would have still been in Cancun. We would have still been there. So we cut the line just by having that attestation signed, and it only took about 2 minutes to actually sign, but that allowed us to go ahead and get our customs through, finally get our bags through, and then go ahead and do more forms and go upstairs to where TSA was. Now, something that caught me off guard that I was not expecting, I knew about the attestation, girl, because your girl does her research, but something that I was not expecting was the additional forms we needed to do once we got upstairs, y'all. So once we went through customs and everything like that, we actually had to go back to customs twice, y'all. So we went to customs the first time, everything was good. We were literally about to go to TSA, and the girl was like, you know what, your custom forms that you filled out on the airline is filled out by your boyfriend, it needs to be filled out by you. So y'all, I had to pay an additional $35 just for one customs tiny paper. So make sure you have your customs card on you. You can get another one, but just make sure you have it, because it literally takes so long. It's another delay you don't need in your plans. Like, just make sure you're filling it out individually in your own handwriting by yourself, you know what I'm saying? And so after all that, we finally got to TSA, and when we went upstairs, y'all, we had to fill out a whole nother form, like another one. I didn't know about it, Dre didn't know about it. Like, it was just a line had started, and we just see people filling out a form. So it's a completely another form they ask you to fill out in Cancun airport before you get to your airline and all of the other terminals. You literally fill out a form asking you more about questions about if you ever been to any other country on your visit, if you visited any other cities, any symptoms of COVID. Like, they're just double checking to make sure, you know, no one has COVID, okay? You was not bringing corona on this plane. So that's basically what that was. But it was just kind of like irky in the moment, because it's like no one's telling you what to do. You just see signs with scanners, and it's like, what do you do? So that was kind of like, woo, child, if we didn't have those 3 hours, like I said, get to your airplane on time, because if we didn't have those 3 hours, child, miss me, we would have missed that plane. So it's definitely something to keep in mind, guys. So we went ahead, filled out our form, scanned it through the person, and went to TSA. When we got to TSA, we found out we also needed that form again, y'all. So it's a lot of little things that like get thrown at you that you kind of have to work through. But that's why I say, y'all, make sure you go on time, please. So y'all, honestly, to wrap up just my advice on traveling and as far as COVID, just make sure that you guys are bringing extra precautions such as your ID in paper form, your COVID test in paper form if you can. If you have a hotel, you can print it out instead of having it electronically, excuse me. If you have a hotel, you can print it out instead of
What am I talking about? Okay, if you have a hotel, you can print it out instead of doing it electronically. Then definitely bring extra masks just in case there might be something wrong with your mask or your mask breaks. Because my mask, I had like 3 masks that got damaged just while I was over there. Like one of them got burnt by a hookah, the other one it broke, and the third one I think it fell in the pool. So like, bring lots and lots and lots of masks, bring lots of hand sanitizer, bring bug off spray, okay, because it's getting hot out there, you know what I'm saying? The bugs is out, the bees is out, they all out, okay? Like, bring all those things and just make sure that you're giving yourself enough time and that you're outweighing the benefits and the pros. Is it really worth going? If so, like, does your hotel have accommodations that they can make and such for when you go to get testing? Does it have it down the street and such? Now I do want to go ahead and get into my stay of where we were staying in particular, which is Majestic Elegance Costa Mujeres. And I just want to talk about a little bit more about the resort in whole, because a lot of people have been saying they're about to book it, they want to book it, they want to know what's up, where to go, excursions, you get it. So if you did not see my video, first and foremost, you gotta watch my video. Like, if you didn't see my Cancun video, what are you even doing on this video? You gotta watch my video. Go ahead and check out my video, guys. Part 1 and part 2 is up on my channel, and you can also go ahead and check out my room suite tour of my junior swim up suite at the Majestic Elegance. So where do I start? Oh god. As far as the resort, I do want to do my pros, my cons, what I did like, what I didn't like, and just go over the overall general questions that I did get. So this resort was one of the most aesthetically pleasing resorts I have ever been to. As far as room, one of the main things that I look at in a resort is the room. No, you're not gonna always be in your room all the time, so a lot of people don't care what their room looks like, but to me that kind of also just demonstrates how the resort functions as well, because like, it's great, they have drinks, they have bartenders and stuff like that, but your room kind of also, because of COVID, just determines how cleanly, you know, the resort is, how well kept they keep everything. So this was like one of the rooms where I was just like blown away. First and foremost, the room has 2 jacuzzis. 2. One inside and one outside. I didn't even get to try the inside one because I was outside in the outside one every single day while I was there. Every single day. I was outside on the jacuzzi, in the daybed, like, it was chef's kiss. Like, chef's kiss. And that daybed on the outside, chef's kiss. Like, love it. Literally, like, my zone. Like, where you will find me majority of the time. Like, no cap. So, it was great. Like, aesthetically, this is one of the greatest rooms. It was renovated, or the hotel was built pretty new. I think it's about a year or 2 old, so it's pretty new, and you can definitely tell by the structure, how it's kept, that it looks new, y'all. So that was the greatest thing. They have some other great things, but that was like the best thing that drew me in, why I wanted to go. Let's go. Okay, so one was the room. It honestly reminded me of the Royalton, and I absolutely love the Royalton. I love all their chains and brands of resorts. Like, I'm trying to go back to Royalton, or I'm trying to go to Royalton Cancun. So if Royalton, if you see this and you want me to sponsor, let me know, because your girl got the bids, okay? It really reminded me of that room with the jacuzzi in the middle, and we had so much fun with that room, you know what I'm saying, when we were in that room. So I genuinely appreciated the room. Now, one of the biggest things, or 2 of the biggest things to me that I didn't necessarily like, was the food and the drink. Now that is a big thing to not like, and I know that's gonna turn some people off immediately from going, but I want to explain it a little bit because it also depends on like your taste buds, your tolerance, things of that sort. So first of all, drinks. The drinks are definitely watered down, but like I'm not gonna hold y'all, in all inclusive resorts, not in all, but majority of them, the drinks are watered down because at the end of the day, they don't want you to get like as wasted drunk as you would in real life. At the resort, you're in the water, you're drunk, it's just a lot. So the drinks are watered down. I'm not gonna hold you. Like there was never a point in time where we were like OD lit to the point where it's like, okay, like over the head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was never like Jamaica night 1 part 1. If you haven't seen that video, you missed out on 14 shots, but I digress. Okay,
what
y'all, like when I'm telling you the shots were good, or the drinks were good, and the drinks were fancy looking, like they were still fancy. Like you would think it was like a $13 drink, $14 drink, and they would, like the people at the lobby do some amazing bar drinks. Like you could just tell them you want something fancy, you want something sweet, and they will make you a masterpiece. Like something that looks like it could be like $30, like real life, and it'll be really good. But it's just a fact of tolerance, how lit you want to get. Is this more of a vacation for relaxing or for turning up, things of that sort. So that's just all the things that I would talk about as far as drinks. The drinks are definitely still good. They still taste good. They still have signature cocktails. They still have beers, wines, champagne, all of that. It's just a matter of, to me, they were watered down. Now, the food. The food. Okay, so I didn't like the food. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I did not like the food. There were a couple things that when I had it, I was like, damn, I want some more of that. 2 of them were salmon. Salmon from the room service and salmon from the buffet. My complete favorite place to eat was the buffet next to the beach. I loved eating there because I felt like they always had something that I wanted, and they always had things that had like a little bit more flavor. Like I felt like in some of the restaurants there was just no flavor, or it was just overly powerful flavors, like just didn't sit right in your mouth. No shade, but Italian was gross. Like we went there the first night, and there's a reason I did not record that night, because the Italian was gross, guys. I did not like that at all. I did not like anything I got at all from Italian. It wasn't sitting right with me. Mexican was really good. Mexican was very, very good. But if the Mexican wasn't good, then it would have honestly been a problem. It would have been a wrap. Because why are we in Mexico and you don't know how to cook Mexican food? It doesn't make sense. Like, I will say I did not get to try the French or the Japanese, which were 2 I was very, very excited to try. But however, when I got there, they did let me know that those were closed down, I guess, due to COVID. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I do not have opinions on those. I did try the street bar, which was also good. It's basically like bland American eats. So you have like chicken burrito, cheese pizza, cheeseburger, things of that sort. So very like cute little things. And then they also have room service, of course. Now they have a sports bar, but they actually don't have any food in their sports bar. It's completely just drinks. And then right outside of the bar is the street bar where you can actually get the food from. So besides that, they do have 24-hour room service. After 12 o'clock, or I think 11:30, the room service is charged, I think $20 or $40. So yeah, as far as food, I just genuinely didn't like it, to be quite honest, guys. I think it just really depends on taste. I'm used to very, I'm not gonna say spicy, but very flavorful food. I like to eat very flavorful, seasoned food, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt like some of their stuff was either lacking in flavor or too powerful. But one of the reasons why I also really wanted to come to this resort is also for 2 reasons. One being the beach and 2 being excursions. So 1 is the beach, y'all. I absolutely loved the beach at this resort. I loved it because 1, it was a private beach. So a lot of the beaches that we went to in like Jamaica, for instance, they were just very public beaches. There was like people from the town there, from the city there, you know what I'm saying? Like they could just come on the beach and sell people like excursion tickets or sell people whatever, you know what I'm saying? Ganja, you know what I'm saying? On the beach. So that was kind of like what Jamaica was like. And over here, it was completely different. There was a completely private beach. Nobody is just walking up to you, saying what's up. Like, at most, we had somebody who was from the actual spa walk up to us and tell us to consider, you know, buying a spa for Valentine's Day, which we had already done. So, you know, it was something that we didn't really mind, like, the disruptance, just because it was something we were looking forward to. And also, one thing I do want to say is the beach was very clean. There was not seaweed, like literally at all. Like when we went, there was no seaweed. There was tons of cabanas that you could stay in, not actual, you know, just beach chairs. It was cabanas, so 2 people can sit in there and a whole bed by themselves. Because sometimes when you have beach chairs, like I feel like the freaking umbrella sometimes don't be catching the shade, or like it just be having problems. So like to me, I'm a cabana type of girl, so we had cabanas whenever we went to the beach, very open, just you could sit wherever you want. There was a waitress that would come up to you to get your drinks if you needed one. So it was just really nice, really lovely beach. Probably 2nd favorite beach I've been to, I think. Maybe 1st. Like, it was just a amazing, like, peaceful, like, beach. I absolutely loved it. And now why I mentioned excursions also is because you can actually go ahead and get excursions at the hotel directly. You don't have to book your excursions in advance at all. If you actually go to the place where you get towels right by the bottom side of the pool, there's actually a person that you can talk to who can talk to you about all your excursions. So that's how we did jet skiing, and that's also how we did the boat ride. So we were able to go on a boat. As y'all can see, we went on the boat. We went to go to a different part of Cancun, got to explore, eat some, you know, native food. Got to look around and get some souvenirs, you know what I'm saying? Like walk to the beach a little bit. And we also went to go to this ice bar that was really cool. It's like a actual ice room where you have to wear like a freaking jacket and go in it, and it's super cold. And we also got our feet eaten by some fish. It was so awesome. It was just like a really different experience. It was tickling so bad, but it was so fun. It was so different. I've always seen people do it, so I really wanted to do it myself. So we got to experience a lot of things. And like I remember like the day of the boat ride, I was like, it is so early. I was like, it's 8 in the morning. Like, I'm not the type of person who wakes up early on vacation. That's not why I came to vacation, to wake up early. I don't even wake up early at 8 for work. Oh, hell no! 8:15, I was dying on vacation. I literally, we were about to tell the guy, like, we don't want to go. I was about to tell him, like, I'm sick, I don't want to go. But we ended up going anyway. And, like, I genuinely had a good time. Like, I wasn't having the best time on the first ride to the boat because I didn't take my motion sickness. But going back, I was having an amazing time. So that's all that really matters. And they do have other excursions that you guys can book when you go to that booth. You can book like a private boat. You can book snorkeling with a museum underwater so you can see it. You can book like kayaking. It's a whole bunch of stuff. They have literally like a book pamphlet full of things that you can do, and they'll give you the time and how much it costs and everything like that. You can add it into your room bill, or you can even just pay for it right then and there. I think for the boat and the jet ski we had to pay for it right then and there, but things like the spa and everything like that, you can include it in your room. So I definitely feel like you guys should take advantage of all of those things, if you guys are going to this resort, like I feel like that made our trip so special because like we said, when we went to Jamaica, Jerry's family is from Jamaica, so we got to go into the city, see what it was like, experience people's culture. And it's not smart, but it's great to experience other people's cultures and submerge yourself into it in a safe environment, in a safe way, you know what I'm saying? And especially with COVID going on and everything like that, it's just like really important that you guys just do so and know what you guys are getting yourself into beforehand. And I feel like it just made me feel better knowing that it was something that's coming directly from the hotel. We're booking this directly from the hotel and getting a good price rather than booking from a random stranger where you don't know if your transportation is taking you to this excursion and you end up in freaking Isla Mujeres when we're supposed to be in Costa. Some things that I just did miss and wanted to actually see, or some things for you guys to note as well. One of them being is that they do not have anybody at the swim up bars, you guys. When we went to the swim up bar by the Sky Lounge, there was nobody there. And we even went to a swim up bar that was in our friend's room of a couple of couples that we met when we were there. That were mad cool. Like, we met a lot of great people there. That's why I said, like, I would go back, because the people that you meet on vacation, like, it's a different type of like energy or something that like pulls y'all together. I don't even know what it is, but the people that we have met while we were there, like, they had a swim up room that overlooked a swim up bar too. So that was actually mad dope to see how their room looked and everything like that, but they didn't have anybody at the swim up bar as well. So because of COVID, there isn't any real like swim up bars. You can't necessarily just swim up to the bar and get a drink. However, they did go ahead and cope with that by having a lot of staff on hand to be a waitress next to the pools to see if anybody needs a refill, needs a drink, shots, whatever the case may be. And they're really swift, they're prompt. So make sure you definitely go ahead and tip the staff, because they're doing their absolute best that they can during these COVID seasons. In addition, another thing that they didn't really have is like actual activities, so to speak, but this can also be due to COVID. Like you guys know, in my Jamaica vlog, we went to like a beach party, we had foam party, we were doing everything, girl. So like, for them to not have any, like, you know what I'm saying, like parties, like, I get it, because a party is like insinuating people all together smushed, or like, you know what I'm saying, in at least the same frequency of space, and you don't want people overlapping each other when there's a virus out. So like, I get it, but it was just sad that there was nothing really that they had, you know what I'm saying, to like entertain yourself, so to speak. It's kind of like you had to do your own entertainment besides like the nightly shows where they would perform with either like singing, dancing, things of that sort, or like the karaoke bar where you could request songs. There was no other like means of it, just like pure fun and not just like entertainment. Lastly, the only other thing that I do want to talk about, y'all, is the gnats, y'all. Like, someone seen me comment about this and I'm so mad about it, because like, it's like one of those things where like, when you tell somebody about this issue that you're having, and then like when they come and they don't see it, you're like, what the hell, where are they? But then when they leave, it's like they're there. So like, when we got there, we didn't have any gnat problems, we didn't have any bug problems really. Even the second day, we didn't really have any bug problems. It just was the nighttime. Like, there would be like literally bursts of hours between some days where there will be like an infestation of gnats on the resort, and I don't know if that's just them migrating, I don't know what it is, but it was just gnats, y'all, like everywhere. It was crazy. It was, I'll even put in a clip. I'm gonna put in this clip. I try to record us going into our swim up for the first freaking time, and there was gnats everywhere. All you see is a swatting. Like, we just were literally just trying to stay alive. Like, it was crazy. And when we got home, like, I remember when I got home, the first time we slept back, when we got home, I told Dre, look at my back. There was at least like 20 gnat marks on my back, like everywhere, like from top to bottom. Same with him, like everywhere. Like if we had stayed more days, like we would have got beat the hell up. They would have took all our blood like by then. Like it was ridiculous how many bumps I had. Like it was so itchy. They were on my arms, my legs, my back. But my back was the complete worst. Like the worst. I don't know when, how, like it was just so sad. So like definitely bring bug spray, guys. I know some of y'all are going when it's gonna be hot, when it's gonna be super hot. Like mama, bring bug spray, please. With that being said, guys, that is gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you guys just learned a lot of information from this video. I was just like answering so many questions on my Cancun video. I was like, girl, I'm gonna make this video for them because they need it. They need it. And I really hope I was able to provide some clarification for someone, because I feel like when I was going on my trips, nobody was really, I didn't really find any answers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really find any answers that I was genuinely looking for that told me, oh, you're gonna need to look at an attestation on the airplane's website, you know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna need to have it 3 hours before. This specific hotel only does this and this and that. Like, those are certain things that I genuinely wanted to hear from people that I did not. So I'm hoping that I gave that same relief, or I don't know, just freaking, I don't know. I hope I gave you some comfort in you guys' decision, or if I changed your decision for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys can find something that you guys truly just enjoy and love, and I hope you guys are just staying safe during these times. So I will see you guys in my next freaking video. Love you guys always. Peace.